What is up, everybody? Welcome to that Kentuckessee Angler Show. Today we're doing some big river fishing with my buddy Paul, checking out some new lures. We got a package in from my friend Matt. Hope you catch a ton of fish on these. Good luck, Matt. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. Whoop, grab that, throw it right in here. Some clean looking paddle tails, man. Some 3-inchers. Really good looking packaging right there too. Check that out. Now, scent it. Give it a little smell test. Woo! Man, that'll wake you up in the morning. We're gonna catch some fish on these, my friends. We're gonna get rigged up, get these baits out on the water. Oh, I like that plastic right away. So we had a 15-degree drop in temperature overnight. We're sitting in the high 30s right now. It's cold out, it's windy. This area just works like a wind tunnel. It's not even that windy out today, however. This area never fails to be incredibly windy. Nice. There's hardly a car on the road when I came up too. Oh, you got some. I should have brought my coffee up here.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Hey, happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year, Paul. Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you too. Yeah. Okay.
All right, you got to give them a smell and tell me what you think.
Oh, okay. So they're like a scented.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me see.
It's gonna wake you up. It's gonna put some extra hairs on your chest.
Wow. That smells strong.
Yeah, I have a feeling that white bass are gonna eat the heck out of
like,
these.
Almost like a beef jerky smell.
Yeah, like a garlicky,
garlicky
and spices, which I've heard. Like, I know some species of fish that say it about those buffalo fish that they love the spicy flavor, like pepper flavor and stuff. If you soak your baits in that, you can catch them like crazy. You see, we got that Arctic blast thing or whatever coming through the area.
Yeah, I saw the looks of that. That looks pretty nasty next week up in our area. I probably won't be doing any fishing up next week when I come through. That's talking like 20s and single digits.
Yeah.
I can stay home and work on some fishing stuff at home.
I think I'm gonna try to get some white bass on Tuesday, and then that's probably gonna be it, because that's gonna be 30, but I don't want my guides icing up all crazy. It's just such a pain in the butt. Oh, right on. Skipjack.
Okay, good deal.
Hey, is this a new rod?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
There we go, guys. Skipjack Heron. Talked about this fish on the channel a lot. It's a really cool, hard fighting, brackish fish. They come from the drainage basins of the Gulf of Mexico and all the way up to the Cumberland where we're fishing today. A lot less common here though. Paul caught one last time. I've never caught one out of this area though. We've only fished it a couple times. Nice looking fish. So I'm gonna try not to complain about the cold this entire video, but it's absolutely freezing out. We are walking to a point where a creek flows into the area. Let's see if we can catch anything out of this area. I've never caught anything here, but let me tell you, it's nice to be out of that wind. Very, very shallow. It might be a fish. Oh, fish on, man. Nice one. There we go. Or maybe it's not that big. This is very shallow. Oh, that's a little chubby. That's a little chubby one. First fish of the day on the new lure. Oh, beautiful, man. All right. Now we're getting some things done. That didn't take too long. Oh, you're warm, buddy. You're much warmer than the air. A little chubby. Here we go, guys. First fish of the day. She's not huge. I got a feeling we're gonna catch some bigger ones out here. It's a really good sign. We had a swipe within the first maybe 10 minutes, and we got this guy on within the first hour. So good stuff all around, especially for these colder temps and not ideal conditions out here. Let's get her back in. Beautiful fish though. Good stuff, guys. One thing I love about this area is that there are 2 mouths to this creek it feeds. So we got one right here and one down there on the other side. And you can tell by the way this river works, when we get a ton of water, which we just had, debris gets pushed all the way down and kind of pockets up in here, kind of collects in this pocket. I guess that's what I'm trying to say out here. I can feel myself banging up on all sorts of timber and what have you. Figured that there might be some fish kind of hiding around it if I could navigate it. And we managed to get our first one on. See if we can pull another one. Danger, danger. I think we pulled her from right about here. Oh, good fish, man. That one is feels significantly bigger. Oh yeah, she's a beaut. She's a beaut. Come on in. All right, she's not huge, but I caught her far out there. A little bigger. Got some weight to her. Craw muncher. Look at those lips. Yeah, she's been munching some craws. Pretty looking largie. Healthy, man. Healthy and thick. There we go, number 2, man. Nearly back to back. Same area. Same area we pulled her. Oops, wrong way. Good fish. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. This seems to be the spot, man. It's not huge, but it's worth getting excited about. It's been a very tough day out here. Sorry, buddy, let me get you unhooked there. Pretty one, little one. Love the coloring though. She's almost silvery. Thanks for biting. So that's 3 fish on, man. Paul and I said if we could each get 4 fish today, it would have been a good day given the conditions we're working with. So if we can get 1 more, I'll be happy with it. Paul's got 3 on too. We fished out a little marina. I'm not really going to show it in this video because it was a whole lot of casting, not a lot of catching. Not too much going on over there. Good fish, good one. Oh, fish of the day. Fish of the day, man. What is that? That is not a, oh, that was a good bass. No, you're freaking kidding me, man. There's so much cover in this area. It felt like I had him wrapped up on something. I just got a glimpse of him too. That was a decent fish. That's absolutely heartbreaking, man. That was disappointing. I wonder if my other camera picked him up. I think I was kind of cocked to the side so you couldn't really see it. Dang, man. What a disappointment. It's days like these when losing fish hurts the most, when you're out here in the elements, in the cold, working hard to get them on. You get a notable fish on and it shakes you. It can be a tough pill to swallow sometimes. It's just the nature of the sport though. It wouldn't be fun if it was a guaranteed thing. It wouldn't be as fun. It'd be a little fun. That's not a fish. Oh my gosh, it's a bass. Right at the feet, right in that grass line. I was like, there's no way. Come on in. Oh goodness. Sorry, buddy. All wrapped up. That's a decent one, man. Decent. Makes me feel better about losing that other one. She's kind of chubby. Definitely the biggest one today. Can't all be giants out here. Well, there we go, guys. A little bit of redemption after losing that fish. Beautiful one, healthy, well fed. We'll get her back in, maybe catch another one. That's 3 fish in about 10 minutes. Good stuff. Well, one I landed, one I lost, and this fella. Thanks for biting, buddy. Other way. There we go. She hit like a snag right in the shallows, right at that grass line. I don't know if she followed me in or she was just posted up over there. We're gonna find out though. been a couple days since I filmed that first portion of the video. We're out here chasing a couple different species. Our temps have dropped. It's cold out. Let's see what we can do. We're gonna be throwing some BFS gear. And we're gonna try out that other color, this silvery one. See how that performs. I'm thinking it'll do pretty good out here. So the water is back down. It's fairly low right now. It's absolutely fishable. We've been dealing with some really high water conditions over the past couple weeks. Rigging this on a 1/8 ounce jig head, the sickle type hook, and we're throwing a light rod. This is it's a 6'3" light fast action rod with a BFS reel, the Daiwa Gekko. I don't think this should take very long. These fish don't mind the cold one bit. Ooh, it is chilly, man. The air is heavy and cold, but it's a light breeze that just cuts right through you. There we go. Oh my goodness. I think that was a little snag on bottom, maybe. Nope, that's a fish. There we go. And one jumped right over there. Oh. Skipjack. Okay, this isn't what we're looking for today, but it's a fish in our first. Shows me that this part of the river is fairly active. We continue to catch those skipjacks. We're gonna have to move. I don't know how heavy they're in this area, but I just saw a couple jump. Oh, good one. Oh, this feels like a bass. No shot, man, no shot. Could be a little white. Could be another skipjack. That's another skip. That one's a little chunky. They get pretty big, man. Oh, these hands are freezing. So I talked about him a little bit when Paul pulled that one. Here's a bigger one. They get a little bigger than this too. They have this little seam you can kind of see underneath them. It'll just cut up your hands. If you see, it's almost serrated. It's like a little saw blade. So we got a barge rolling through. Perfect time to make a little minor adjustment. So we're looking for white bass today, and these schools tend to kind of move around the river, but they're usually in this area. I'm just gonna have to kind of jump around and find where they're sitting. We got to get a lot more distance out of that. So right before jumping, I backlashed my other rod. I threw my bait off and it was a mess. So thankfully I brought a backup when I fish BFS. I always do, because mistakes like that, throwing off your bait, not changing on time, really ruin your day. Oh, there we go. And that's what we're looking for. Looks like this jump paid off. So you can tell it's a white bass. The way they fight, they bring you down to the bottom, they don't jump. And that's on the smaller side of what we're looking for today. But it is the intended species, so we're getting somewhere out here. So first white bass of the journey, of the day. Good stuff. We're on them, the intended species. Hopefully there's plenty more in this water. We're about to find out. Get her back in. So we're making a jump. Could be that this bite's just all around off right now. I'm kind of surprised at how tough it is out here. They move around a lot, and I haven't fished this area in a minute, so I don't know exactly where they're sitting right now. And trying to figure that out in like a 2-hour span of fishing is pretty tough sometimes. We'll do our best though. There we go. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, she's got some weight to her. Fighting me through these rocks. That's a nice one. A little chubby. I think we can do better, but that's a great start. Well, there we go. That's our first kind of mid-size one. We can do a lot better out of this area. The bite's kind of off this morning. It's not as good as it typically is, which kind of surprised me. It seems like we have pretty good conditions for them out, but pretty fish. We'll get her back in. That's a decent white bass. On the verge of something I'd eat. You could definitely get some meat off of that, but we typically can get them a little bit bigger this time of year. Thanks for biting. We're gonna make this my last cast. And we got one on. I think that's a little white bass. Oh, way out there. Yeah, a little white. Okay. Now we're talking. Pretty one. Maybe they're just sitting over there. I'm gonna throw another cast in that area. It's wild. There's so much dead space on the river this time of year. You could be standing here casting in this direction, not catch anything all day, and you can find where they're actually sitting. Start picking them off in really, really good numbers. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. Consider subscribing. It really helps push the channel, and I greatly appreciate that. Now, let's get into the lure we were checking out today. Engineering hook sets, the Banshee. So before I even get into the specs of the actual bait, I wanted to talk about something I really liked about the packaging. Well, first, it's made in the great US of A, so you gotta appreciate that. It's also a veteran-owned company, which I try to support as many as possible. I gotta say, man, do what you can for them. Now, what I liked about the packaging, what stood out to me about this, it's got a protective shell in there, right? But it's not a nuisance. So a lot of bait companies do have clam shells, but the issue I run into with those is that I gotta pop open the bag, pop open a shell, grab my bait out carefully, close the bag so I'm not kind of messing up the other baits that are in their little respective positions, whatever you want to call it, which it can be a bit time consuming, especially if you're doing a quick bait swap on the water. This one has an open face shell, so while it still protects your baits, you can simply open it up, just pull your bait out, and you don't have to worry about kind of, you know, repositioning your clamshell, shoving it back in the packaging if it's a tight fit, that sort of thing. So I thought that was kind of cool. Now, it's a 3-inch paddle tail right there. The colors we were working with today were silver shad, which I'm showing you all right now, and a pearl, what we started out the video with. I liked them both. This bait weighs in at roughly 3.64 grams. Now, I say roughly because these plastic pours with every company tend to vary from pour to pour. I only weighed one. That's the one we're gonna stick with today, and that scale is good. So good weight for the bait, good weight to size ratio right there. I like the plastic. It's a harder plastic, I didn't experience any slippage off my jig head, nothing like that. But it did it has pretty good durability. I really didn't lose any, with the exception for the ones that I snagged up. So I didn't run into the issue of getting my nose all worn out like you do with other sort of baits, paddle tails, that sort of thing. Wasn't a problem for me, and I really like that. Didn't have any tail nips either. So all around good stuff. It's got kind of a scale pattern right there on it, which I think is pretty cool. 2 little mini pectoral fins and a nice boot on it. Had a great action in the water. Now it has a very powerful scent. Paul kind of mentioned it smells like beef jerky. As soon as he said that, it hit me. I'm like, that's exactly what it smells like. It smells like when you pop open a bag of beef jerky in your car, which isn't a bad scent, so I appreciate that as well. Your hands are gonna be smelling like a little bit of jerky, which they could smell like much worse things. All around awesome bait though. I had a lot of fun using it. Now it comes in an 8-pack, so $6 for 8 baits, not a bad deal, man. All around great value to this one, I found. I like the fall rate as well. I rigged this on a 1/8 ounce jig head as well as a 1/4 ounce jig head. So we started out the video with the 1/4 ounce, something I found with certain paddle tails, especially once you get 3-inch and sub 3-inch, sometimes that 1/4 ounce almost takes away from the action of the tail. Didn't experience that at all. It seemed to run quite well with that 1/4 ounce, as well as the smaller 1/8 ounce, which I prefer for those white bass. They like a slower fall rate. Now, I did shoot the beginning of another video with these baits as well. They performed really well, and I actually caught a crappie on them, so they're good for that too. I mean, who doesn't want to eat a small little 3-inch paddle tail that smells like beef jerky? So I had a pleasure fishing this bait. Thanks again, Matt. I appreciate it. I will drop the website as well as the socials for engineering hook sets in the description. The website is very simple. It's engineeringhookSets.com. So easy to find, man. Cool selection. They got a variety of baits on there and colors as well. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope everybody's staying safe out there with those winter storms that just kind of swoop through. Now be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and get some good fish on, my friends. I'll catch you next time.